What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an all-new Let's Play Rome 2 Total War. We are going to be continuing where we left off with the Siege of Carthage. Part of me wants to have this epic episode, but sadly enough, there's literally not an army here at all, so there's really no reason to, go through an actual, fight on the battlefield. So what we're going to do is do a quick auto-resolve, sadly enough, but there will be a lot more epic battles to come. I'm actually really saddened that they didn't have an army here, because I really wanted this to be an epic episode. We had a decisive victory. Let's occupy the city. And what we need to do, it looks like our second legion has ranked up. Did this legion rank up? No, it did not. So what we're going to do is, I see that they have a fairly massive army here. You are going to be moving on over, assuming that you can, and you are going to be into the city. These units cannot move, except they are going to be upgrading this Admiral's Legion. So what we need to do is, for all support ships, we could upgrade them. We could upgrade shots per minute for all heavy weapon ships. Or I think we're going to do 4% melee attack skill for all assault ships. I think that's what we're going to do. Formidable Marines. And let's improve his authority. And it looks like we are good to go there. Looking at this the second legion. And what we're going to be doing is, now that we can upgrade the general, once again we're going to have a cunning general because our last general died. But upgrading our legion itself, as you can see, we already have accomplished skirmishers. And what I would like to do is make sure all of our, new legions are going to be getting artillery experts. So what we want to do is be able to shoot a lot more very rapidly and very quickly, because I believe the improved shots per minute are going to do a lot more damage to our enemies before they even reach us, so that'll be nice. But I do want to look around. We could have some dread ambushers, obviously doing a lot better in ambushing, tactics. We have more campaign range and more charge for units, which is nice. Ooh, we could have stalwart defenders. Basically, if we are ever to be attacked, we are going to have a lot more barricades, fireballs, spike traps, and I don't know what Sude caltrops are. But eventually, once we improve stalwart defenders to 1 and then go to level 2, I believe we're going to get other improvements as well. That are definitely going to be improving us as well. And I think it's like more morale or something like that when in like a defensive battle. But I guess what we're going to do is get artillery experts. And we have 2,600 coin. Let's go ahead, and we are going to need some sort of consecrated ground. So let's destroy one of these buildings. This needs to be improved. And in fact, I hate to do this. Let's actually disable every single province that we have. And what I'm going to do, I think I might actually keep this public forum, though. But I would like to do a military barracks, a siege workshop. This is going to be destroyed anyway. I think this is going to be some sort of shipwright or a harbor. This will become a library, and I'm not sure, but we obviously need some sort of consecrated... you know what? We are going to have to do that. So let's disband this as well. We need a consecrated ground to obviously improve our Latin culture. Can we make this into a civil colonia? Not yet. And what we ultimately need to do is start getting that Latin culture. And making it into a civil colonia will definitely start giving us some of those improvements. Looking around the map here, we still have some units in Lilybaeum. In fact, I think we're actually going to make these units force march themselves all the way back home, assuming that we can. And the idea is we are going to have this third legion protect the north. And that is what I'm going to try to do. So now that we own Carthage, we still have a lot of coin. I would like to use it. I don't know what we're going to improve. These units did make it back. They are going to slowly replenish themselves. We have 2,600 coin. We're looking at Brundisium. It might be a good idea to build a civil colonia province, because we would get a lot more growth per turn. But I would rather improve Rome, and we can't really improve anything. We could get more public order by building a theater up from our auditorium and some additional wealth. But we already have 100 public order. I want to make more money. And we would get it that way, but I think what I want to do is start constructing some harbors. And we really can't build them anywhere except for Corsica. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a harbor. We're going to get a lot more wealth from, you know, maritime commerce and local commerce. And there went all of my money. So let's end our turn. We have to go ahead and upgrade our forces. We have this admiral here who has improved his legion as well, which I guess is his navy. So what we're going to do is do another assault ship legion, and we are going to be improving his authority. So let's do -4 unit recruitment cost. I don't know if I like that, but I'm assuming it'll improve over time. Okay, everything looks like it's prepped. Everything looks like it's ready to go. And our next turn, we're going to be spending a lot of money doing a lot of improvements to Carthage. You know, one, building a barracks, building a siege shop to build artillery. We're going to have to build a concentrated ground, and we're also going to have to build a new naval port. So it is going to be a bit of a challenge. Okay, Carthage would like a white peace. I think we're going to go ahead and accept. It's actually a peace treaty, not a white peace. As long as I don't, you know, as long as they aren't attacking me, I'm happy with that. We could really start focusing on improving our economy, improving the amount of, you know, manufacturing and production units and buildings that we can create. I think that would probably be one of our best options. And eventually, I think we still are at war with Libya, so we could go down and just remove them from the game. Research of Manipular Organization has been unlocked, and I believe, I wonder, it looks like we can upgrade this port. This is actually going to be our concentrated ground, giving us the public order and the Latin culture that we oh so desperately need. This will become a Field of Mars, because this will eventually become a level 2 barracks, then a level 3 and level 4 barracks. We also need a siege workshop to build ballista, and we want to go ahead and build this into a civil colonia. Do we have enough money to make a harbor? No, we do not. We are very close, but we're not what we need just yet. These units need to go into the city. I'm surprised that they weren't doing that. Our navy is slowly replenishing over time. Actually, what happened is the navy that we had was just outright annihilated. Let's go to a normal stance. I feel like I need to create more units, but my #1 priority right now is basically to get this 3rd Legion all the way back to Rome. And what I want to do, you know, it might not be a bad idea to produce 1 or 2 extra troops of missile Velites. These are obviously javelin-armed skirmishers. But we also want to start making our way down to Thapsus. And maybe just annihilating this group here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. You can return to Carthage. You can swing on down. And I think what we're going to do is, because unfortunately we did not even have our, you know, the Battle of Carthage, we can obviously have the Battle of Thapsus. So let's go ahead and assault them. Even though I know we're going to win, I would rather have a little bit of fun. All they really have is a navy, but unfortunately these look like some siege units, some siege warships. So they might be able to do a lot of damage from very far away. But at least I have ballista, and I'm not even sure that Thapsus here has any walls. So I'm not sure, you know, if they're going to have much of a defense. I highly doubt it. Gonna definitely need to switch out these military units sooner rather than later. But it'll be nice finally owning a lot more of Africa and Tunisia. Weather conditions, we have fog. All ships and missile units fire with reduced accuracy and ranged, and enemy units are concealed by fog at long distances. Let's go ahead and wait for a dry condition. Oh, that was perfect. No adverse effects. And I guess what we're gonna do, this actually looks exactly like, it's kind of funny, it kind of looks exactly like Corsica, even though we're now in Africa. But I want all of my siege units to be very close to the town itself. Let's take our cavalry units, move them to the side, move you here. And I'd like to have primarily the same type of movement or the same formation for all of my troops, almost every single time. Surprisingly enough, I don't have any type of ranged units except for my ballista, which I'm fine with. But we are going to make some changes soon as well. These guys are facing the wrong way. And let's begin the battle. So all 5 of you... Actually, it's a lot more than 5. There's 8 of you. I'm going to group you into your own province, or your own formation. I think I can do this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is everybody is going to swing on up. I see all of our ballistas are coming on in. I would like these guys to maneuver around, and you guys are going to try to create some sort of formation. I see the Navy is coming on in. Do our cavalry units want to flank around? All they seem to have are missile units. Our ballistas are doing a lot of damage. Alright, we're going to charge on in, try to take out this mob. You are going to take out this melee infantry. Our cavalry will flank around in time. I would like our cavalry to move on. Look at all these spears. We are annihilating the enemy. Okay, so now these cavalry units are going to attack these swordsmen. I see our cavalry is moving through. Their navy is coming by. And I do not want to attack the spearmen, but what I do want to do is obviously prepare a cavalry charge and try to annihilate these missile infantries. Everybody's prepping. Everybody looks like they're ready to go. And here we are. Here we go. Moving on in. We got to watch this ballista fire. Hopefully we can dodge those. Oh, man. Absolutely beautiful. And now that they are basically terrified that the cavalry is here, we should be able to mop them up fairly easily. And they just die one after another. These guys are missile infantry, so let's go crush them. These units are mine, actually. I thought they were the enemy. We are going to try to crush them from 2 different angles. Our cavalry is moving on up. And it looks like our ballista are trying to annihilate whatever fixed artillery units they have. That's actually kind of funny. They left the artillery on their boats. And unless they're way the heck over here. Yeah, they've left the artillery on their boats, so it's really just like peasants with daggers moving on up.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay, this group, once we deal with these very heavy spear infantry troops, but it looks like we're obviously attacking from both ends, so I don't think they're really going to have much of a choice. They really can't retreat, I guess is what I'm saying. I want all of these units now to basically re-maneuver yourselves. And all we really need is cavalry to just wipe up whatever type of ranged units they have. I don't think I see any type of real troops. Missile, missile, and missile. But at least our ballista can, you know, do some damage as well. So I want everybody to turn. All of these units need to now make their way over. I wonder why it looks like this. I don't like this particular formation. I would like a single line. There it is. Maybe I clicked a button and I was unaware. These 3 can do a single line as well. But if an enemy did break through, these will be the fallback units. Kind of like a linebacker. Excuse me. Yeah, kind of like a linebacker, I suppose, in like a football formation. Yeah, they've got a lot of troops, but mainly just missile units. We're doing a lot of damage, or at least trying to. Our cavalry units is nowhere to be found, so let's bring you on over. And we are definitely mopping up the rest of these Libyan forces. Okay, you are going to attack these units. You are going to attack these units. You are going to go here. You are going to go there. You are going to go there. And I guess all 3 of you will go there. I want all of these ballistas to stop firing. I believe they should stop firing. No. Okay. And it looks like I have explosive rounds and flammable rounds. Was not really expecting that. Okay, cavalry going to be turning. You guys can turn as well. And I believe these cavalry are going to be just able to annihilate anything that, you know, comes in their way. Here it goes.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
These guys do have spears, so I am a little concerned if they do decide to fight us. Oh, some of them have spears, but some did not. That's odd. Maybe they have spears and daggers. Yeah, because I see that if they do have any type of damage, our cavalry might not be in too good of a position. Well, is this going to be the end of the battle? I believe so. The only other units that they have are on these boats. So I suppose we could start marching our way, you know, towards the coastline here.
Has used all its ammunition.
And these cavalry units can flank into the city. I guess they can move their way over here. All of our ballista obviously not doing anything at all. I guess what we'll do is we will bring our ballista on over. I don't think they're going to be used for the rest of the game, but these 3 units can march their way over to into the town. And unfortunately, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to destroy these missile units, but we're certainly going to try. We might need our ballista to do that. Let's speed this game on up. What the heck am I watching? This is a boat that is retreating. That is literally insane. I've never seen a glitch like this before. Alright, well, we can't attack them because they're on a boat, but they are going to retreat. We are going to destroy the rest of these infantry units. And I guess we could speed up this battle because we know it's almost over.
Has used all its ammunition.
And let's go ahead and obviously end this battle. We don't really want to save the replay. I wonder how many units we lost. 148, and they lost 1,520. But what's nice is we now own more and more of Tunisia. So I'm guessing the idea is now that we have our military buildings in Carthage, or at least we're building them on up, we might want to build a lot of economic provinces and culture provinces in Thapsus to, you know, counter whatever might actually be lingering. Decisive victory, let's occupy. I might want to bring down, I believe, one of our advisors. Like a dignitary. I could bring you down. I think it would be a good idea. But unfortunately, it's going to be a few turns. I might want to bring this spy down as well. Can this man still perform his actions? No. Sadly enough, I should have gone a little bit slower. We just completed some sort of technology. I'm guessing it was Manipular Organization, which is 25% more ammunition for all of our missile units. Let's continue pushing on through, because what I would really like to get is the Cohort Barracks, but unfortunately that is a very, very long time away from now. So I wonder... what could we improve? Probably economics might not be such a bad idea. 4% tax rate, more public order in every province. But I could unlock the aqueduct, a gladiator school, and a stadium. I think what we're going to do is make our way towards advanced construction techniques, so that won't take too long. And now that we've built up Carthage, we have now conquered Thapsus, so what I want to do is build a herding ground. I want this to become a trading wharf, and this I guess we lack money to improve this. This needs to, we still lack money. This is probably still lacking money. Oh, for some reason, some of these provinces cost 1,700 coin to make the harbor. But then some of these harbors are 1100, and I'm guessing the main difference is depending on where it's located. Obviously, inside the bigger settlements like Carthage, I guess maybe for some reason it'll cost more. So what I'm going to do is actually switch this on over to a herding ground, because we're going to be making a lot more income. And is our consecrated ground making any progress? We have 2 turns, but one of our biggest goals is to obviously switch over this Latin culture whenever the heck we can. Can we end this turn? It looks like we have to improve some of our legions here. So it looks like we are now a better legion, much like before. We are going to become artillery experts, and we are going to be unlocking the strategy, or the cunning tree, as we continue moving on down. Okay, I see some enemy units here. My number 1 priority is to basically prevent revolt. Sadly enough, in the entire province of, what is this province called? Africa. You would think they would have a better name. But the entire province of Africa is making 703 coin. Carthage with 362 and Thapsus with 330. Over time it will improve, but I would like it to go a little bit faster. What is this? A spy trying to make its way. I don't know why this spy is going the wrong way. I thought your goal was to make your way to Carthage. But let's end this turn. And so the only person that we're really at war with right now, as far as I believe, is just Libya. And we've obviously taken the province of Thapsus. And so now we're obviously in this period of reconstruction.
A treaty between us will please the gods and give our enemies much to think about.
I will gladly give you a non-aggression pact, but it looks like they have moved into Cisalpina, which I guess are the Alpine Mountains. And I would like this province for Rome. So that is going to be a bit of a conflict later. But I guess what we need to deal with Carthage right now. Obviously control the Mediterranean so we can control trade. Rampant piracy. Pirates are a serious problem requiring your immediate attention. How would you like to deal with these sea vermin? We could basically ignore them, or we could hunt them down, or we can recruit them. So I think what we're going to do is hunt them down. Minus 25% piracy penalties in the local sea region. We might have a little bit of issues later on. I'm not sure. Maybe the pirates will basically attack us because they're angry that we're hunting them down, but I'm not too sure. Looks like we're being raided. I don't like that. And they look like they are far enough away from us that we can't do anything about it. So I guess what I'm going to do is, do I have money now? Yes, I do, because we're in a new turn. You are going to be a civil settlement, and I would like you to have a harbor. So I'm guessing what'll happen, next turn we're going to have 2,800 coin. I'm immediately going to be upgrading the Field of Mars as well. But the idea is I want Africa to start, actually becoming like an economic boon to our country here, or at least to our empire. Looking at this administrator, I think what I need to do is, in order for us to use this administrative action, we have to have more than 50%. So I am going to try to be cognizant of that. Going to go a little bit more, and it looks like we could still use the administration on this particular turn, so therefore pumping out more income from Magna Graecia. I want this spy to make its way into the ocean, which I guess is what we're about to do. And then you're going to make your way down to Thapsus, which is going to take some time. Okay, I guess we're going to have to end this episode as well. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you in our next adventure.